full script with markers. Must be 1,200 plus words. Midnight hook. 3 months ago, Sarah had no idea her family was lying about her inheritance. 0:30 the setup. Sarah Johnson always thought she knew her family well. Growing up in a small town in the Midwest, she was close to her parents, John and Linda, and her older brother, Michael. Their family business, Johnson Enterprises, was a source of pride for everyone. But little did Sarah know, there were secrets buried deep within the family history. John and Linda had built Johnson Enterprises from the ground up, starting with a small workshop in their garage. Over the years, they expanded the business into a multi-million-dollar enterprise. When Sarah was born, her parents promised her a bright future filled with opportunities and financial security. They often spoke about leaving the business to her and Michael when they retired. 1 o'clock, new development. But as Sarah grew older, she noticed something strange. Her parents seemed overly protective of certain documents and files. Whenever she asked about the company's finances, they would deflect the conversation or give vague answers. Sarah chalked it up to her parents being private people, but the nagging feeling of unease persisted. 1:30 rising action. 10 years ago, Sarah's grandparents passed away, leaving behind a substantial inheritance. According to her parents, the money was divided equally among the siblings, and Sarah received her share. However, Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that something wasn't right. She decided to investigate further. 2 o'clock, the discovery. Sarah began digging through old family records and financial statements. She spent countless hours poring over documents, trying to piece together the puzzle. One day, while searching through an old safe in her parents' bedroom, she stumbled upon a stack of letters addressed to her grandparents. As she read through the letters, she discovered a shocking truth. Her grandparents had left a much larger inheritance than her parents had led her to believe. The true value of the estate was over $10 million, and it was meant to be divided equally among all the children. But somehow, her parents had managed to keep most of the money for themselves, leaving Sarah and Michael with only a fraction of what was rightfully theirs. 3 o'clock complications. Sarah was devastated. She couldn't believe that her own parents had lied to her for so long. She confronted her parents, demanding answers. John and Linda tried to explain that they had done it for the family's sake, but Sarah wasn't buying. She felt betrayed and angry. As the situation escalated, Sarah realized that she needed to take action. She hired a lawyer to help her uncover the truth and fight for what was hers. The legal battle was long and grueling, but Sarah refused to give up. She knew that if she didn't stand up for herself, her parents would continue to manipulate and deceive her. 4 o'clock, the twist. But what Sarah didn't know was that her brother Michael had also been keeping secrets. While she was busy fighting her parents, Michael had been secretly working with them to cover up the truth. He had agreed to take a smaller share of the inheritance in exchange for his parents' support in the family business. When Sarah found out about Michael's involvement, she was heartbroken. She had always trusted him, and now she felt completely alone. But instead of giving up, Sarah decided to use this information to her advantage. She knew that if she could expose Michael's role in the deception, she might have a better chance of winning her case. 5 o'clock climax. Sarah presented all the evidence she had gathered to the court. She showed the letters from her grandparents, the financial statements, and even Michael's secret agreement with her parents. The judge was stunned by the revelations and ruled in Sarah's favor. Not only did she receive her rightful share of the inheritance, but her parents and brother were also held accountable for their actions. But the real surprise was coming. Sarah didn't stop there. She used the money she had won to start her own business, proving to her family that she was capable of success on her own. And as she watched her parents and brother struggle with the consequences of their lies, she felt a sense of vindication. 6 o'clock resolution. In the end, Sarah emerged victorious. She had uncovered the truth, fought for what was hers, and built a new life for herself. Her family may have tried to betray her, but she had shown them that justice always finds a way. And now, she wanted to share her story with others, hoping that it would inspire them to stand up for themselves and never let anyone take advantage of them. If you're enjoying this, hit subscribe. We post stories like this every day, and you don't want to miss the next one. Tomorrow, the sister's revenge 3 months later. Do not miss it. Has someone in your family ever done something like this? One sentence, tell me below. 7 o'clock, subscribe CTA. Subscribe and hit the bell. We drop new niche content every single day. The next story is even crazier. If you like this, watch.